There's no better way to get the measure of a person than by looking them dead in the eye. After all, they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. That said, whoever they are probably never had to try and figure out what was going on behind some of these freaky face orbs. Man, Dalsim, you really are giving nothing away here. Never fear, however, we're on hand to decode what these weird video game eyes reveal about the characters whose heads they're stuck in. Beware teeny tiny spoilers for the following games.
Geralt, like other witches in the Witcher series, has cat eyes. That's not because he's been out in the middle of the A43 to Kettering with a crowbar. Instead, it's as a result of the alchemical processes that witches are subjected to as kids in order to turn them into super strong monster smashers for hire. Specifically, these amber, Sauron-esque eyes reveal that their owners are built for stalking prey at night, granting improved night vision to their owner, which is handy when you spend a lot of time outdoors and hunting supernatural monsters. They do, however, have the unfortunate side effect of making Geralt's piercing, tiger-like stare rather mysterious and unsettling.
Mind if I glance at your stock?
It's just a little hard to tell how he's feline. Cat-like Witcher eyes may mark you out as a mutated killing machine, but there are limitations to their usefulness. If Geralt really wants to see properly in the dark, he still has to chug a cat potion. And his eyes don't light up like a real nocturnal beast's, which is a dead giveaway that he lacks a tapetum lucidum, the layer of light-reflecting tissue behind the retina that makes cat and dog eyes appear to glow in the dark. That's right, Geralt, you've got enigmatic animal eyes, I've got Wikipedia.
What the? What? Are you floating? How you doing that? What, ESP, plasma, magnet?
This is yoga.
Street Fighter stalwart Dalsim is an expert in yoga? Seriously, how hard can that be? Oh my god, I'm going to die! However good your downward dog is, Dalsim has taken yoga one step further. Bendy enough to extend his limbs well beyond the limits of bone and cartilage, and taking the ethical precepts of moderation and austerity to new extremes, doing away with most of his clothing and even the pupils of his eyes.
Why don't you learn it by fighting with me?
It's fair to say that the reason Dalsim's pupils and irises have evaporated, leaving only two pure white orbs, is down to his mastery of spiritual meditation, because honestly, that's kind of his whole deal.
The path of yoga is one of harmony, not violence. Its power is not in strength, but understanding.
While Dalsim is a family man and pacifist, except when he sets people on fire, that doesn't mean you should assume anybody with these cue ball eyeballs is similarly at peace with the universe. After all, it's a physical trait shared by, among others, M. Bison, Videogame's least subtle villain ever.
The desire for all power leads to conflict, and that conflict leads to the ultimate battle.
Oh, M. Bison, you fiend! We could defeat you once and for all if we could only tell what you were looking at.
The Dishonored series is much loved for its amazing use of supernatural powers, setting it apart from other stealth games. However, our heroes Corvo and later Emily would not be imbued with these magical gifts if not for the elusive and mysterious deity that is the Outsider. He looks super cool with his confident walk, smart clothes and mid-noughties emo haircut. Plus, we love how echoey and ethereal his voice is.
Empress Emily Caldwin, I'm a friend of your father's from the bad old days.
But what really stands out are his eyes. They're pure black as if made from onyx, and you can't help but get lost in them. So pretty.
Hey, focus!
Oh god, did I do it again? The Outsider's eyes seem to mirror the darkness of the void where he resides. It is here where he gives you powers and also occasionally drags you in for a chat, giving you a bit more of an insight into the world around you. Plus, he does try to give you some moral advice.
And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood?
Although we really would rather he'd stay in one place while chatting to us.
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me.
Mate, I appreciate the info, but could you do less of that whole dissolvey flying around thing? I mean, you look really cool doing it, but it's like when you're walking along with your mate and then they switch sides without telling you, and so you turn to where they were, but then you can't see them, and so you end up doing a full 360 turn to find out where they are, and then you feel like a right numpty. The outsider's help is invaluable to us, giving the ability to zip around the world like him by the use of blink, far reach, or turning into a smoke monster, because of course we want to do that. Plus, if we want to up our powers, we just need to collect runes from one of the many shrines built by his followers. Well, with eyes like his, it's not hard to see why people build so many shrines to him. Oh, damn it.
If you ever look in the mirror and find your eyes have a weird reddish orangey glow, maybe also check that you don't have horrifying long blood-stained claws for hands. If you do, the bad news is you might be a witch from Left 4 Dead. These infected ladies are undoubtedly the most terrifying members of the undead horde that occupy the zombie-ravaged zones navigated by the game's survivors.
They're coming!
The good news is... Yes? Thank you for telling me. I've just been informed there is no good news. The life or afterlife of a witch is a grim one. Rocking back and forth and softly crying is how you'll spend 99% of your time until you become alerted to a survivor's presence, and then things get more sprinty and incapacitaty.
Hold on. The witch is about to blow.
The glowing eyes offer few clues as to what the witch is thinking, making interpreting them hard, but some theorise that she cries because she knows she's a monster and mourns her lost humanity, before a flashlight or nearby humans trigger a full virus takeover.
Look out!
Or maybe it's because her eyes attract moths. Seriously, imagine that.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow him. He's a hero, a bloody icon. But he's just one man. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose him.
Arthur C. Clarke said any sufficiently advanced technology is bound to end up in someone's eyes. I'm paraphrasing. Bionic arms and legs are one thing, but when sci-fi really needs to portray a society that's fully surrendered itself to the march of technological progress, that's when the cybernetic eyeballs come in. What would it take, the question is implicitly posed, for us to forsake the most humanising aspect of our physical form? And the answer is, see through walls, please!
Konečná stanice, Růžičkovo nádraží.
Whenever you see eyes that sparkle with cybernetic life, it probably means that character lives in morally ambiguous times, like those portrayed in the recent Deus Ex games.
The Og incident has caused a schism in society. Things are worse than we projected, and growing more unstable every day.
Or indeed that a character themselves is on the fence morality-wise, like the elusive man in Mass Effect, whose mysterious motives are as hard to read as his augmented eyeballs. Is he consumed by his wish to elevate humanity above all other races? Or just distracted because he's using his eyeballs to order pizza? Don't try and tell us there isn't a Domino's app on those things, otherwise what is the point?
My rent is pretty reasonable. Own many houses.
If I came up to you and told you you could change your eye colour just by changing the rent on the houses you own, you'd probably back away slowly, avoiding any sudden movements. However, in the Fable series, your eyes can tell a lot about you, as your appearance is directly related to your actions in the land of Albion. Working along two axes of how good or evil you are and how pure or corrupt you are, your irises can have very different colours. For example, in Fable 2, choose the good, pure path with low rent for all, and you'll have a lovely complexion with warm, inviting eyes. Should you choose a path of evil, still staying pure and avoiding the corruption of monetary greed, you'll end up with a paler complexion and darker patches around your eyes, but your irises stay blue. Hang on, that doesn't sound right. In fact, I heard that bright blue eyes are actually just a sign of highly adept will users. Let's see what happens if we take away all those magic skills. Oh, super scary red demon eyes. Lovely. Well, just let it be known that I did pay my extremely reasonably priced rent. Oh, great hero. Please don't kill me. However, should you step away from purity and decide to raise prices anywhere, you'll notice changes in your character. If you're good, your eyes will turn a rather unpleasant shade of green. Plus, you'll have a few flies to accompany you on your adventures. But if you're evil and corrupt, you'll look like this. Yes. Ever thought about using a face mask? Maybe a day at the spa? Oh, I know, we can go to the stylist for some makeup.
Hope you enjoy it. Lovely.
Yeah, makes all the difference. And all this isn't even mentioning the fact that your dog is affected too. This could be a problem for evil characters when it comes to dropping them off at the kennels. Yeah, no, sorry, we don't take in evil dogs. How did we know? Oh, it was probably the glowy red eyes.
The eyes are certainly the window into the soul of Trico, the gigantic cat-eagle hybrid who stole our hearts in The Last Guardian. Trico's colour-swapping eyes tell us everything you need to know about the big lug, namely that he totally wears his heart on his sleeve, or flashes his emotions on his eyeballs. It's pretty hard to miss how your AI pet is feeling when his mood is colour-coded onto peepers the size of dinner plates. Green means Trico is calm, while white or yellow means he's distracted, and pink means he's mad as hell and something's about to get smashed. See, with Trico, you know where you stand. Not too close to his back legs, he will kick out if startled. There is a downside to Trico's ocular honesty, however. It's through those big, beautiful eyes that the sinister forces that control the Nest Castle complex are able to brainwash the poor beast and compel him to respond to objects such as this mirror, turning him into an unwilling slave in their devious designs. To take away Trico's free will like that, it's appalling.
He's becoming non-compliant. Bring the mirror!
Eyes can tell us a lot about a character. In fact, eyes can sometimes make a character out of nothing, and no one has demonstrated this better than British developer Rare. This studio's games have had many a non-human character, and they've shown us that, well, if you have adorably googly eyes and no other human features, you're probably an inanimate object in a Rare game. Or a worm in the trapdoor. Oh, glarbits. In Banjo-Kazooie, you could come across all sorts of weird creatures that technically shouldn't be creatures, but that are immediately brought to life with a few googly eyes, such as vegetables and even gravestones. Oof, what an ironic way to go. The honourable tradition of adding eyes to random things to bring them to life is an enduring one. Playtonic Studios, which comprises many of the team who worked on Banjo-Kazooie at Rare, pulled the same trick in Yooka-Laylee, with flowers, racing rings and even atoms all getting the googly eye touch. It's a bit of a tradition within that team, so much so that they even stick googly eyes on their office furniture in a loving homage. And when Nintendo revealed Super Mario Odyssey and Mario's sentient new hat, Playtonic was quick to notice its distinctive stare. Ooh, meow, Saucer of Milk to table 7. Still, it's amazing how a single pair of eyes can turn a rock into a character you really care about. Well, except that one, he's looking at me funny.
So those are some of the weirdest video game eyes and what they say about the characters whose skulls they live in. But have we missed any freaky eyes? We may well have. If so, why not let us know in the comments? And if you enjoyed this video, well, then you might enjoy these two as well. Some other videos we've made right here. They're both very good, I promise. Check them out. But what you must not do is click on this. It's a mystical subscribe balloon and it's very dangerous. So just stay well clear of it. Don't click on this thing, whatever you do. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.